Hello, hello, hello. Hey, beautiful souls. We're talking about something I know many of you are feeling the quiet in between. So, how do we work with a quiet season in between with focusing on faith and flow? So, that's what we're talking about live today. That space where nothing seems to move and you're tempted to make something happen just to escape the silence. So today, if you're seeing this today, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, we're going to talk about how to work with the quiet season instead of fighting it. Okay. Lately, I've been getting many calls and having sessions who with clients who are ready to make moves, change jobs, leave relationships, spend money they don't have, or even put their income and savings at risk to jump into the deep without uh, thinking or allowing things to wait because the waiting is feeling uncomfortable. But rushing during a quiet season often becomes a bigger setback financially, emotionally, even spiritually. So faith isn't, passive, it's active trust. It's choosing stillness with purpose instead of reaction. So some of the statistics is in 2023, Cleveland Clinic study found that people who paused 48 to 72 hours before major decisions reduce regret and anxiety by over 35%. And those have been some conversations that's been had with clients recently, setting up their alignments, having patience, doing a reset alignment sessions, working on their mentorship, getting clarity sessions with me, and so much more to work within their faith, reducing somatic nervous system um, abruptions, and that has once been abruptions. As adults with responsibilities, children, different things that may be on your plate, there's many pieces to the puzzle or pieces to the puzzle, as I like to say. Because most of the time, slices to the puzzle is 8 slices. That's our general slice. So there's different, on each slice, there's different toppings. You may select the toppings, but more or less, if you look at a pizza, all the toppings aren't the same on each slice. So that means systematically with that 8 slices to the pizza, there's different scale numbers that you may be operating with. So you want to observe before acting. Okay. Notice what is shifting without trying to fix it abruptly. Spirit moves slower than impulse, but stronger than panic. Okay. And that's using observe before acting. Keep your gratitude routine through the quiet season and in between. Okay. The quiet season isn't punishment, it's protection. Gratitude anchors you when plans fall silent. Building micro faith habits. Faith doesn't always look like a big leap. Sometimes it's simple, paying one bill on time, cleaning your altar, which can be a altar space in the physical realm where you go somewhere and that's your place of refuge, and also you being a walking altar space within with listening to yourself, your divinity, working with your if setting up your angel of your home, also having relations with the divinity. Maybe you having a setup with your deity or deities, a spirit team, which can be your ancestors, also angelic energy, intercessoral and intercessory, far as angels that is with you, coming to me as a priestess with intercession with part of the altar space and working with your alignment, building you up into your spiritual practice so that you're navigating graciously within. Okay. So the other part is micro habits is taking time daily, gratitude steps, but using a planner to build your micro faith habits. Coming for us to sit down through sessions, building your habits so that you're strong and moving effectively and not anxiously through building faith and also building your system that works for you. Every spiritual practice does not look identical. Okay, that's why mentorship and looking at alignment that works for you. Okay, and taking initiative. Now, also, we have some cards that I would like to pull, and I'm going to pull them. I've already pre-pulled for sake of time, and so that that way it's handling your quiet season. Okay, for this month, we have been focusing on the Halloween tarot. Okay, that's been our main focus for this month of October. Okay, the Halloween tarot. It's a beautiful deck. I'm pulling from it. Okay. And so the two cards that came up, and I do have another deck that I'm using, an oracle deck as well. So the one card that came up was the Hermit card. Okay, make sure you can see that the Hermit card, and it's a confirmation of isolation with intention. This is a sacred time. Okay, a sacred time, and not a wasted time. Okay, and synchronizing. That's what I wanted to say. Synchronizing with the quiet in between. Are you synchronizing yourself with identifying between the time? Okay, with this fall energy that's currently here, with this month of October moving from September. Astrologically, there's been some influences with eclipse season, we new moon, full moon, moving from summer. If you in the northern hemisphere and those that are in the southern hemisphere, looking at moving from season to season and in between the gap. Okay. And so the other card that came out as well was the hangman card. Now, the hangman appeared because it's about perspective and shift. You're not stuck. You're being shown a higher view. Okay. And that higher view is taking time to not leap before time. Looking at this each side. We also are in Libra season, which is about justice and moving into Scorpio season. But in this Libra sector that we've been in, it's all about balancing the scales. So not being too high up here and being too high in here, but in the middle of balance. So looking at the hangman is not getting stuck, but operating not too far up here. And then Geronimo, poof, and jumping into the deep without a parachute. And then it costing you months and months of setback because you didn't allow your sacred time and synchronicity to allow itself to sit and settle. Okay. We also been talking about over the month about roots, about letting your roots dig deep and get grounded into the ground of your spiritual soul, your spiritual soul. SOIL. And so with getting rooted, sometimes it's always a reset in spirituality with moving into the average everyday areas as being part of this earth. But spirituality is your first settlement into rooting, and it is the agility of being able to wiggle perfectively within this earth realm. Okay, so the other deck that I pulled as an oracle dial cards is Moonology. All right, so I did pre-pull, and so it was giving to us that look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. All right. So looking at the bigger picture also is looking at sacred time, not wasted time. The bigger picture is that you're not stuck, you're being shown in a higher view. The bigger picture is seeing there's more to what's now, what's not operating in what's now, but what you have rooted and planted in for the bigger picture in your life. And then we have believing in the impossible. Believing in the impossible is believing in faith, taking these faith micro habits into your daily um, administration of your spiritual path. Okay, if you're having a hard time or don't have a grip on your spiritual path, connect with me with your private sessions. Okay, so the affirmation for you through this live. And don't forget to look at the videos that's been coming up throughout this month is repeat it after me. I move with faith and not fear. I rest when spirit slows me down. What's meant to me will not pass me by. Stay in flow, not in force. If this message spoke to you, drop a maple leaf out of your emoji or a regular leaf off of a tree because we're in the fall autumn season and or in the chat and tell me one area you're learning to wait with grace. And if you're ready to work with your energy, not against it, visit at www.eclipticspiritualist.com to schedule your session. Remember, silence isn't the end, it's spirit preparing your next step. In saying that, I love you. Talk to you soon.